Hey everybody, it's Becca Switzer with Roof Sales Mastery, and I'm here with Jordan Edwards of J.A. Edwards of America down in Florida. And we wanted to just actually record a little bit of information about what it's like to work a hurricane as a roofing contractor. There's obviously a lot of excitement and buzz about the opportunity down there. And Jordan is actually a native-born Floridian. He's had a roofing company down there for a long time, and he has a lot of experience with this stuff. So for those of you looking to go work down there, or this might be your first catastrophic storm to actually work with hurricane stuff, we want to just give you some insight. So Jordan, take it away. Fill us in a little bit about just your background, your history, and your experience up until this point.
Yeah, definitely. So I actually got into this industry in 2004 when Hurricane Charlie hit us in Orlando. And so I was really a freshman in college and just I fell into the industry, met some guys from Minnesota, and the rest has been history.
Yeah.
It's been this storm that we have today reminds me a lot of Hurricane Charlie, and just really when the storm came through, we've been really affected from the West Coast to the East Coast. And in this, it's something to where there's a lot of opportunity, but you really have to be tactical about how we work this storm because there is a lot of disaster. It is like Hurricane Michael, where it's just over on the West Coast. There's some areas that are just you cannot work as a roofer. It's a full tear down. It's a full build.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting to see how this goes.
Yeah, because this is like legitimate catastrophe work. We're not talking about just shingles, siding, and gutters. I mean, this is framing, flooding, water remediation. I mean, some houses are just like blown over, So what are a lot of contractors, like if you could give a bit of a reality check for those who are like, we're just going to go down to Florida, but then also like preparing people for what's really involved in working a hurricane, just shed some light on that for some contractors who this might be like their first rodeo.
Yeah, so great. This really is something where experience comes into play. I did work Hurricane Sandy. So I went through supply issues, also making sure that you have the right credit line. So those are the two major things in this storm. Is that there's going to be supply issues because tile is already 6 months out before the storm, and now with this storm, who knows how far out it's going to go. Same with asphalt. In Hurricane Charlie, I remember people bidding over shingles. So that's one issue. The other one is credit line. How much can the company that you work for actually handle in the builds if they have hundreds of sales guys? Something to think about on that end. And then the last one's labor. Labor in the state of Florida has to be licensed and insured. OSHA does inspections, and it's something to where our code is different than other states. You have to pull permits. There's a dry-in inspection. So that's a lot different. That kind of holds up the building process. And if you don't know what you're doing, you're sitting there with felt on the roof and a whole dry-in process. So you really have to know the ins and outs of actually how the construction process works. State, just like any storm, every state is different, and you just have to know about Florida's kind of little niches they have.
Right. And I feel that there's almost nobody more qualified than you to make these points, being that you have 110 reps in your company. If I'm not mistaken, you have physical offices in Tampa, West Palm Beach, Orlando. So you guys have been set up. You've been in roofing since you were 19. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. Obviously, I sold for a few different companies before. I stormed 14 different states, through my career. And then I would say, close to 10 years ago now, we really set roots in Orlando. And then we opened up those other offices you just talked about. We also actively, I want to say, chase storms, especially hailstorms. So I have a big time experience in running production on a mass scale. And that's what we've done multiple storms now, from Hurricane Sandy, Hurricane Michael, obviously tons of different hailstorms. But this is something to where in the right sense, meaning like I know that the news is going to say, don't work with the out-of-state contractor. Make sure to check references.
Right.
And that's what we have done. Thousands of roofs in Central Florida. We have a 5-star rating on Google. And I think that's really part of the deal here is I don't want my Floridians to be ripped off.
Right.
And so we're going to warranty the work and do a good job for them.
Yeah, absolutely. So what are some tips for salespeople coming into this situation?
Um, First and foremost, figure out where you want to work first before you pick the company you want to work with. That's something I really recommend. And then when you figure out where, if you're coming from out of state and you figure out where you want to work with, meet with a few different roofing companies, at least 3 to 5. Make sure you understand the pay scale. Ask if they're open book. That's a huge one. A lot of these roofers are taking advantage because they'll tell you some number and you really have no idea what the profit margin is on the job.
Right.
So check all the references they have, because when you knock that door, if you're a homeowner, would you want to work with the company that you just looked up? So those are the few things, like and then after that, it's just being aggressive, getting down here. I think really the name of the game is getting down here as quick as you can. The good jobs are being signed up as we speak. So it's something to be really aggressive in these storms. And then in Hurricane Sandy, I worked the outskirts. I had 2 offices, one in Philadelphia and one in White Plains, New York. And I knew right away those big contractors were going to have to do the catastrophic damage. And that's not our cup of tea. If us hail damage guys, wind claim guys, like, we're not builders. And so that's what you have to do, is really scout before you set your roots down to know where you want to work.
Yeah. And you guys do about $40 million a year, generally speaking. Is that right?
Yeah, without the storm. And
Without
we're
a storm.
invoking rights for with 2 different insurance companies. So we really have a great reputation, and that's what we strive on, is, just giving a quality brand, backing up your warranties.
Right.
And doing it the right way. And yet, there are many companies that do it the right way. We're not the only one. Okay. So
Right.
I don't sit here and I've been in this industry for a long time. There's companies that probably do it better than us. But I think the best thing I can say and offer to anyone is that when you come down here, try to work with a local company. I think that's a thing for the homeowner, so they have a warranty when the salesmen even leave.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And again, for anybody that's watching this, obviously, like, I have a relationship with Jordan here. I've done business with them for a couple of years, and I know that they're good people that pay really well and they do what they say they're going to do. And so, just like Jordan just said, there's lots of great companies in Florida. We're not trying to just push you down one tunnel, but I can comfortably and confidently recommend your company to anybody that's coming down to work this storm because of all the reasons you guys just listed. You pay at the top of the commission scale. You've been around for over a decade. You've got over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google. You're an actual local licensed Florida contractor, and you have experience with hurricanes, and you've got that large line of credit and relationships with suppliers and materials and stuff like that. So it is difficult to find somebody that checks every single one of those boxes, and it can be really challenging and risky for salespeople to come down and, like, decide that they're going to just work for this company, and then maybe they don't get paid, or maybe they don't get their builds actually fulfilled, or the company ends up not being licensed, or OSHA shuts them down. There's a million different risks. So it is awesome that I'm able to recommend you guys. So thank you for that. And to anybody who is looking for a good sales opportunity to work Hurricanian down in Florida, I'm going to drop a link here for you guys to chat with J.A. Edwards of America's recruiting manager, and maybe that'll be something that you can go and do, help out a bunch of people, and really capitalize on the hurricane opportunity. So anything else you'd like to add?
I mean, that's really it. Other than we, just on the personal side, this is something that I've been waiting my whole career for, just to be real. Like, we have positioned ourselves to be able to capitalize on something like this. And it's just so crazy that it actually hit like 3 of our active offices. So on that, I want to say that it's so sad what's happened, but we are here to really help people. And that's the coolest part about our job, is that these people really do need help.
Right.
And so putting tarps, doing this stuff, helping, making sure that, they, with especially the tarping, making sure they don't have more damage, and making sure that you represent them correctly with the insurance claim. That's what we need right now in the state of Florida. So the guys that do come, just please understand, a lot of this was a bad storm for sure. And people have been through a lot.
Yeah, like, it's serious. It's not like people had damage on their roof from a hailstorm that they don't even know about. It's like, no, people's living rooms have alligators in them right now. Like, it's bad.
So yeah, I just want to say you're really helping people. So it's a really beneficial job. Not only money right now, but also getting the job done.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, awesome. So, guys, thanks for tuning in. Jordan, again, thank you for your time here today and just giving everybody a little bit of advice for, approaching the hurricane situations. And again, for anybody interested in going down to work the Florida hurricane, I can recommend you to Jordan Edwards' company, J.A. Edwards of America. And I will drop a link here for you guys to be able to click and chat with them about their recruiting and the sales opportunities. So, it's been real. Good luck to everybody, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.
Thank you.